going. Do send in those comments to Cricket Badge on Instagram or Twitter. We'll read those out over the course of what could be a short afternoon or short evening. Nepal are going to chase this down comfortably to us.
But it looks a bit yes. Just answering that question, I think Bilal Khan's bouncer had done the talking already. A follow-up message when Bilal Khan realized the hour scampering through for a single wasn't required. The follow-up message wasn't required.
Big swing and a miss. It's not the right shot because it's not quite full enough, and he's looked to hit across the line of Kalimullah's natural movement. Just wondered, did that flow to the helmet maybe affect Steve Shake's composure a bit? 6 overs gone, 37 for 1.
Into movement as well. Once again, he played the initial line, didn't accommodate the movement in the end. And as frustrated as Asif Sheikh was for not putting back to ball, Yanindra Malla was a calm figure at the other end. And a quiet word with him as soon as the shot was offered. Zishan Maksud has decided it's time. Spin is introduced. Just two fielders patrolling the rope. It's going to be very careful with this line and length here. Anything slightly short, we've seen that before. The man closing in catching position. Yanindra Malla will go towards leg side.
So spin on early and just a little bit of grip as well. Zishan Maksud, he's on a trip to the barber, isn't he? Very fancy looking haircut, that one. The kids call that one the fade. Let's ask Suhas about that. Is that a fade, is it?
I tell you what, in India we call this a buzz. Fade, probably yes. A fade starts from the beard though, then it moves forward. Whatever it is, what he's got there is a good cricketing head.
Come off the outside edge. He will get a couple of runs, but a bit of fortune from Malla. Not in control of that shot. Yeah, maybe you guys tell us at home. Don't think Suhas knows whether it's a fade or not. I certainly don't. Those who know me will know there's only one haircut that I go for. I was in for last night with my man Ali. Gave me the works, didn't he? The top, the face, everything was sorted. Tight shave from the Turkish barber. More aggression from Malla. He's not going to be content to just let his opposite number bowl to him. He's going to get away with a much more convincing shot over the offside this time. Just one or two bounces, runs away for boundaries, and like they've got no answers at the moment.
It's just got a feeling that if it's there in the slot, he'll still go for it because the field restrictions are still in place. Anything pitched up is beckoning a boundary. Anything slightly short, the batsman will swivel. Remember, there's no conventional mid-wicket in place. Jatinder Singh, short mid-wicket, is in more of a catching position to try and create that half opportunity. Zishan Maksud's going to be calibrating his length here. Change in field. There's a mid-on in place now.
Misfield. The wheels are quite literally coming off here for the league leaders. It's been, to be very fair, their worst performance in the series to date. It's been not at the usual standards we would expect from them. This is a regulation stop for Sufyan Mahmood into the side today, and look at this. Spin has deceived him. Runs continuing to flow. 9 from that over. All looking not just good for a big win, but a big net run rate boost as well. 7 overs gone. 46 for 1.
Doesn't really look like finishing it in a canter either. Just picking and choosing the right balls to be sending it away from the fence. Mohammad Asif Sheikh looked a little less composed though, with those wafts. But then once he gets it from the middle of the bat as well, it's a sight for the sore eyes.
Your questions starting to flood in now to Cricket Badge, myself, your commentator, Andrew Leonard here. And Suhas will answer anything you want to talk about coming up. The first one coming in from Roshan Badarai. Very happy day here in Nepal today on the Constitution Day. We must win to celebrate this. I think you're well on your way. A couple here into the leg side. Runs continuing to flow. Some people asking me about my Turkish barber trip. It was a lovely man who's half Turkish, half Pakistani, called Ali, right next to our hotel there. I think it was 2 or 3 reals. Can't remember exactly. Might have given a tip for the 3. You get your vaccine cert checked before you go in. Make sure you're double vaccinated, which I am. And you get your temperature checked, and then he gets into all of the procedural gear. The protective equipment goes on, then the shaving foam goes on the head and the neck.
Five stars. In charge?
I think I'll give him 4.5 out of 5. Bit of a shoulder rub at the end. Could have done with a head massage. That one didn't come. More questions coming in. You're still awake in Melbourne in Australia. What time is it there, Dylan Karki? Watching on at ICC.tv. He's asking, do they all need someone like Mohammad Shahzad who can bat with the aggression at the top of the order? Good fielding this time. Sandeep Good, the standout fielder in this Oman side. A good diving stop across to his right. I'm sure they already have someone in the shape of Kushal Gurtel.
And Asif Sheikh, if you want to look at the keeping aspect of it as well. For all those who just tuned in, they realize a Turkish barber is being talked about in Sunday cricket in between. Come on, Andrew, go for it.
Well, I think Ali's had enough shout-outs now for the job he did on my hair last night. You can have a close look at that in the match presentation after the game. A hair follicle in sight, I assure you. More comments coming in as Mal will get through for the quick single. Rojit Giri watching on from the United States. Great that we have this broadcasting on. It would have been even more entertaining if we had the stunt mic on as well. Well, I'd agree with you, but you got to remember it's just a 3-camera stream that we're bringing you from all these pathway events. You might have heard some interesting words being exchanged in that Bilal Khan spell.
Oh yes, in case Bilal Khan didn't understand anything said by Asif, then of course there's Suraj Kumar who speaks fluent Nepali to be giving you the translation. Yes, stump mic would have made things a little spicier though. Nonetheless, the sound of the bat hitting the ball as well is heard loud and clear. That's what this game's all about, isn't it?
Floods into the pad, a massive appeal, but the problem for Kelly Mullet is his bounce. See the keeper and the first slip, nothing from them, and a bit of a gulp from Kelly Mullet. Maybe 10 hours for that appeal, it's flooded almost into the hip. Asif Sheikh, the reason he knows it's going to bounce over the top. Definitely straight enough, but miles too high.
See the umpire suggesting Kalimullah. Now I'll patiently wait for your roar to end, even you know you're tall. You're using every inch of your height to get that lift that you've been generating from day one. Nothing different in this game as well. The pitches are good, the bounce is true.
Inside edge. He's trying his best, is Kelly Mullet. He's got 1 for 20. 8 overs gone, 49 for 1. Next question coming from Kabiraj Adhikari. Doesn't tell me where it's coming from. Guess it's a Nepal fan because he's asking, where do I see Nepal at the end of this tournament, the end of ICC Cricket World Cup League 2, supported by Dream 11? Can they finish in the top 3? Good question. If you take a look at the points table here, Nepal are going to jump into 4th with a win today. I get a big net run rate boost most likely as well. But Oman, here at the side, with the wins in their favour, they're going to be 10-3, even if they lose today. It's going to be a cracking game tomorrow. Tomorrow's game massively important. Second oval in the nets here at the wonderful Oman Cricket Academy. They'll fancy tomorrow.
Host side being under pressure, those on as visitors.
Ripples of applause. A ripple of applause for the Nepal 50 coming up inside 9 overs. We've got Zishan Maksud's haircut is called. Come on, people. Much more youthful and cool than I am, and maybe even Suhas is, to be honest. So do let us know.
You speak for yourself.
Do let us. Well, you don't know what his haircut's called. It's gotta be a buzz.
You give me a buzz. Yeah, that's why they call it in India. It's a buzz.
I think it's a fade cut, but we'll wait
for the back.
We'll wait for someone to let us know. Do let us know at Cricket Badge on either Twitter or Instagram.
You can tag the barber as well, though. I'll be at Suhas_Vedam, but you can tag the barber shop.
Ali. Drag down. Karki Tapendra. Enjoyed hearing from you a lot. Clear voices. Thank you so much. How would you analyse the impact and influence of Dab Watmore on Nepali cricket?
As I was talking about just a few moments ago, he has taught this brand of cricket of being unapologetic, being fearless, and being a little unorthodox as well. And we've already seen shades of Nepal carrying that in the little tenure that it's had so far. Remember, he's someone who has the experience of even having won a World Cup as a coach. Brings all that into play, and he's always on the lookout for something more challenging. The good attributes to have, isn't it? And good attributes to pass out on young, impressionable minds playing cricket.
And such respect to Dab Watmore, rightly so. It's a nice cut shot. It's slower through the air. It's one of the shorter boundaries, probably the shortest on the ground today. Mala is going to go past Sheikh. He moves to 23 off 23. His chase is being made very light work of. Just a little bit too short, but the length was picked up on well, and a bit of turn is cut away for 4.
Still surprised that he got a lot of bat behind it because the outfield is not the batsman's best friend at the moment. Just continuing.
Oh, the inside edge, it just misses the off stump. And Asif Sheikh is really quick between the wickets. He gets there quickly, but good work from slip fielder Ryan Khan. He comes across and Mala to get going to the non-striker's end. Sabbath from Canberra. Those Australian fans up late in the morning. Tell us what time it is there. We're watching on from. Asking how many games have Nepal left to play. Show you the table after this delivery. So all of these sides will play 36 one-day internationals as Oman top that table. Nepal 57 for 1 after 9 overs here. So after this game, remarkably, 28 ODIs for Nepal to play. So lots of time for them to work their way up the table. They can win today. They'll have 8 points after 8 games. They'll still be right in the mix.
The idea for them is to try and float in 3-4 as much as possible before they make that big move to be in the top 3. And that is exactly why a win over here, and they will be mighty impressed. They need this. For 2 games, they've been on the wrong side of the result. Things looking good for them in this particular game. Nepal. At the moment, number 6, but don't trust the points table. Trust the scorecard at the moment. The points table will change.
So it'll be Mohammed Nadeem, 39-year-old, into bowl from the Al Emirat end. Finally, someone's answered the question. Vivek Wakarel says, here in Nepal, we call that a tapare cut in the local language.
Tapare. Tapare mean about.
And Rajesh Chevan says that Maksud's haircut must be like my son's haircut. Is that the same one? And he calls it a mushroom cut. Never heard that before. Most educated here in the commentary box. Still going to call it a fade. I think it's a fade. Melbourne. don't know what time it is in Australia. I would say. What's your thoughts on Nepal's possibility of finishing in the top three? It's a real chance. I'll do as well at the end of the show when we look at that table. I'll explain to you all the permutations because it's such a contextual league. It's not just the top three that advanced to the Cricket World Cup qualifier. There's more things at play. Talk about that at the end of this over, so stay with us. Good running from Mallet. Second and Shake nearly catches up his skipper. A nice partnership this. It's been a partnership that's made Matty look very easy.
Yes, and it's risk-free for most parts. And that is something that Oman will have to look at. Runs are flowing at the moment.
Vishnu Bhattarai, he's definitely pretty stylish on Instagram. He says that we call that Maxu haircut here in Nepal a Vadu cut. VHADDU cut. Good luck from Thailand. Great to hear from you. Some people speculate it's a bit like an army haircut. How about that? Angel from Sydney. Just says it's a handsome cut. I agree with that. The whole skipper looking very handsome indeed. I chatted to him yesterday. He was having an afternoon off in the swim with his two young kids and his wife. So it's a big schedule, isn't it, for Oman? 4 one-day internationals this week, fresh after the tour of Mumbai. 4 one-day internationals next week, and then a series of T20s for the T20 World Cup. It's going to really test the depth of their resources here in the Sultanate.
Yes, and the positives from it would be that they're playing some of the options that they will be up against come the big games too. T20 World Cup. Yes, the format would be slightly different, but that's beautiful delivery. So he is teasing the batsman now and then. Nadeem. And we've let out a smirk. I can't wait for what giving a read out though.
Rambaz. See that beauty from Nadeem. Away from Mala. From Brisbane. It's 12:30 a.m. I've got to work at 7 a.m. We're going to be up at 6 a.m. But I can't keep an eye off this live broadcast. Thanks to ICC. Thanks to you for your message, my friend. Do get some sleep. Maybe wait for a moment to hit the winning ends and we can get a bit of should I. Driven. That is the shot of the innings. Over pitched. It was certainly a half volley. Jayendra Malla has looked in fine touch. And that's the perfect cover drive. All 6 of a huge victory.
Excellent hit. Was there to be driven away. And throughout the shot, you see no fielder. Just tells you how precisely he struck it as well. Almost everyone wanted to be a spectator, isn't it? Suddenly you realize someone had to be the nearest to it to pitch it. Glorious hit.
Wondering about how global the game of cricket is these days. A message from Shenzhen in China. He's saying his last game looks like it's going to be a farewell win to him. Happy Constitution Day to all of us. Well, he's watching from all around the globe. It's from Shenzhen, the People's Republic of China, watching on ICC.tv. That is great to see. Breaking news in the commentary box. I'm going to have to leave you for a moment or two to have a swab put up my nose, and the reason for that, PCR test in a couple of days' time. Be very well looked after, though, haven't we, here in Oman?
Absolutely. It's one of the reasons that we've been able to do our job so wonderfully, isn't it? To tell the stories of the game that's unfolding.
Absolutely. So, thank you to everyone involved in Oman Cricket for hosting this series and for next week's series so well. Brilliant host to the T20 World Cup next month. Good on you, Basnet, watching on from Brisbane. He said it is a fade cut here in Australia. It's definitely called a phase cut. Might be old and bold. I do know what a haircut is. It's a fade cut. T-shirt Maksud has.
Mohsin, our director, so that's a good shot.
More runs to Jayendra Malla. picks up the length too slow through the air onto the back foot. It's going to be struck away for 4. This game is ending in a flash.
If boundaries like this continue to flow, then it will. After losing that wicket, Nepal, they were really looking good with them. First singles twos, now the boundaries are also starting to flow from both the batsmen. The crowds also coming into the act. Now, if this game has been decided by decibel levels, then there's only one team winning either way.
47 to win. Phenomenal. Theoretical 39 overs. You're not going to need that, Nepal. Do remember, the net run rate could end up having a factor on this competition. End up level on points with somebody else in this league. It is decided by net run rate. It's a gigantic win over the USA when they hold them out for 45. Got a huge boost. They're getting a similar boost today. It's certain that they're going to go on for a big win. I think gone 77 for 1. I'll rejoin you in just a moment. I've asked if I can do my PCR test live on air, and he said for social distancing reasons he can't. So I'll be back with you. Hopefully they don't take my whole brain as that test happens. Back in just a moment.
So it has looked innocuous, barring the first ever delivery that he bowled. In 3 overs, 25 he's given away. Can't really afford this. Oman, they need a wicket here. At least be in the hunt. Arms spread wide by the umpire. One more added to the tally for Nepal. The ball won't be counted. The team's going to run in again to officially start his second. These two batsmen have been comfortable. The ball not doing much. The slip is also faded. Vivek.
Yes, sir.
For one moment, we did see that he had more runs than the balls he faced. He was about 29 or 27. Then, of course, he's waiting for the next poor delivery to be put away. Welcome back, Andrew. How was the tickle to your brain?
Yeah, just about in one piece here. My eyes are watering. The good men at the Lifeline Medical Centre doing their job for me. Thank you for that. And their big smiles on their faces. I think they get used to doing that. Do they take a little sadistic pleasure in those PCR tests?
I don't know about that. But I tell you what, most of the staff, I recognize them with the mask on than off, because I've always seen them with the mask on. And I take a minute to regroup.
You get used to them after a while, but the eyes always water the way up both nostrils there. Which hopefully, yeah, with that double vaccine will be alright. Sure it will. 100% negative tests throughout this tournament, which is great to see and great to hear. Strange times we're going to deal with around the world, and very sad times, particularly across with the Delta variant being spread so badly, particularly across the Indian subcontinent. So our thoughts are anyway affected by that. Thanks to all the medical staff who kept us safe here this week, and let's hope for brighter days ahead.
Absolutely, thanks to them for being forefront of the fight. Helping us all and make cricket bring that cheer. in life. It'd be so very neat.
It's funny, isn't it? When the IPO was on, there was a lot of
Still is.
discussion.
Alongside us in UAE.
You know, I mean, when it was on initially,
Yeah.
there was a lot of discussion about whether or not the competition should be continued with. And the questions that went around was it actually giving the people who are at home in lockdown something to look forward to each evening, something to keep the mental health going? Ended up being the consensus that primarily for health reasons for the players that decided to cut it short and cut it in half, and we'll resume now indeed today in the UAE. Let's hope that T20 World Cup that follows it will be successfully run. I think almost every one of the participants as well these days will be double vaccinated as well, so fingers crossed. Ahmadinejad causing problems as he so often does, just finds that bit of movement, doesn't he? Away from the right-hander this time. It's going in through to Kumar, but even if they can find some wickets, it's going to be too late for Oman.
He's found the length though, among the team. It's taken him 10 balls, but he's found the right length to be bowling to Gyanendra Malla. Who at the moment is at a run of all 35. Quicker, considering his previous innings.
Watch the wing defence. Malla, who will want to be not out at the end, as will his partner, Asim Sheikh. 43 more to win. It's been about as one-sided a game as you've had this week.
And Sheikh would have had a work before this over as well. Having any one of the cups, seeing it through. See the boys, I think. Right through here will try and the door at least hold it at Jigar for a while.